One more game on the regular season schedule for these two Big Ten opponents. The Terrapins of Maryland are looking to end their campaign on a high note, while Nebraska looks for the sweep at home. Now, Maryland lost the first two games, including yesterday's matchup in front of a sold-out crowd at Bowlin Stadium. The Terps, though, looking to snag one from the 20th-ranked Huskers and spoil their regular season finale. Kelsey Casper and former Michigan pitcher Jenny Ritter with a great look for the sport, and of course the Big Ten Conference as softball is growing around the country. First pitch swinging is McFarland. Kuzak's going to have to make a tough play, but she gets the out at first. This count 1-2. Woods in the air. Bacon over there at first for out number 2. So instead of getting a runner on, but the movement of ball gets the strikeout. The Terrapins go down in order 1-2-3. We'll see the hot Nebraska bats when we come back. She also has 5 home runs. Or excuse me, ranks 5th in the conference in home runs. This one going back at the wall, and it's out of here. Jordy Ball with the leadoff blast gets Nebraska on the board early here in Lincoln.
She just continues to impress me. Look how far the outside corner this pitch was. It was up a little bit in the zone, but she sees it and she connects back in the box and just delivers first pitch swinging. And just every single day, Jordy Ball puts on a show for this Husker fan base. Fires them up all day long, and she starts it early today on offense. Why not? Sell out crowd. They just find a way to produce.
Well, they have scored in the first inning of all 3 games so far this series. Sammy Bland draws the walk.
Remember that there's different ways you can measure success besides the scoreboard.
3-2 count. Kuzak's gonna find the gap. This one rolls all the way to the wall. And coming around to score is Bland. An RBI double for Ava Kuzak. Nebraska up 2-0.
Again, indicative of what we see from Nebraska. Just passing the bat. This ball a little bit too far over the plate. Had to be brought over the plate. Kuzak capitalizes on it. Drives it deep into the gap, right against that fence. Bland has some speed. She's able to score from first base easily. Kuzak, strike a pose, all the way to second base.
DiNardo at the 400 mark. First pitch swinging, takes it the opposite way, but going back and making the catch at the wall is Cornwall. Kammen's in just like Jordy Ball, a 2-way player on this Nebraska roster. That one low and outside, the second walk issued by Godfrey this inning.
This has been something that has been a little bit of a...
But certainly a challenge, not wanting to leave too much over the plate against this Nebraska offense, as Squire will lay down the bunt. A run will score, but Squire's out at first. And there you see Kammen's in getting all the way to third, as Squire puts on the RBI sacrifice bunt.
I know home runs fire you up, but there's not much more that can fire you up than a perfectly placed squeeze. You could not ask for a better squeeze bunt than this one. You see the corners crashing, nobody at home, because Sam Bean had to jump out and field this ball. You had no option but to make the play at first.
And another run comes across the plate. Bella Bacon with a line drive into right. Puts the Huskers up 4-0 here in the first.
And again, contagious hitting is what Nebraska does so well. First pitch swinging, aggressive, sees this pitch over. This is going to get us through because game 3 is going to be a dogfight no matter what. And no doubt about it, trying to figure out how this Maryland staff is going to battle through this lineup is certainly the question.
On a 3-2 count, she gets the ground out to end the inning, but not the...
And you know you're going to see a good game. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, Coach Rhonda Revelle said that. Certainly Jordy Ball has that effect. She draws the crowds. But getting everyone here into this building to watch some great softball, what does that do for the sport, but also the conference as well? Being at the plate with 1 out. An 0-2 count for one of the 2 seniors in this Maryland lineup. And the off-speed got her swinging. Second strikeout of the day.
And being patient in the back of the box, allowing her to do that, kind of sit back a little bit more.
One, 2, 3 inning, back to back as Ball retires. Jenny, she is a coach who has truly changed the game. And this one gets through. That's Lauren Cammons in for the base hit to start.
Yeah, and that different look will make you, give you a chance to adjust a little bit more too.
Ball goes down and gets this one into shallow right field for out number 1.
You drop it just off that outside corner, not a bad pitch.
Takes this one down the third base line. It is fair. Bounces off the walls. They're going to send Cannonzam home, who scores for the Huskers as they take a 5-0 lead.
The aggressiveness on the base path continues, but this one just shot right down that third base line. Cornwell does what she can to try to get in front of it, but that was a bullet. Cornwell does not catch up to it. Cammonson with the speed, able to score easily. Really good alumni base. So for Rhonda Revelle, this is a really important weekend, something that she's looked forward to, and fills her cup, really fill your cup kind of moment.
Rhonda Revelle has the longest tenured softball coaching staff in Division I. As the inning stays alive, that's DiNardo with the base knock up the middle. Sliding home is Bland.
And this ball just a little bit too far over the heart of the plate, and you throw it too far over the heart, it tends to go right back up the middle. That's what happened there for Cusack. DiNardo, she's able to drive it right back up the middle. Bland's able to score. She's got 2, 3, 4, 5 that can be as powerful as she is.
In the air, short, 2 down. That is Kennedy Williams at second base. Squire, one of the 4 seniors who were honored before today's game, as she sends this one to deep center field, but underneath it is McFarland.
Have to remember that 0-0 ball game mentality. Not get into a 3-0 count here, as an example.
A 4-pitch walk to start things off in the top of the 3rd inning.
It fell between first base, second base, and pitcher. In game 1, it was Maddie Penta. It was not an outfield hit. It was not a solid hit, so they're still looking to connect on Jordy Ball. Good pitch there on the outside corner, moving through the zone. Look to drive it.
2 walks this inning issued by Jordy Ball. Maryland's got 2 aboard with 1 out.
Today, I think we're seeing a lot more consistency on swinging at strikes.
Oh-2. Another strikeout for Jordy Ball. Well, after giving up 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. First, 2 in the second. And Bacon rips one into left field and off the glove of Cornwell. A leadoff double for Bella Bacon, who's... But like you said, a runner in scoring position for Ava Bradwell, who puts this right back up the middle. Bacon rounding third, Ravel will send her. 7-0 lead for Nebraska.
Nebraska again continuing to just be aggressive early on in the count. This is why they're just so successful. They identify early pitches that are hittable. Oh, and not necessarily a great strike, kind of up in the zone, but over the plate. Breadwell connects with it and drives it right back up the middle. To identify those, you have to sit back and really, to me, sit on one of those two and look to drive it.
Sits on this one, but flies out to center. Round number 1.
And that's, to me, indicative of the way you will get outs on those pop flies where you just...
This game, but for Booker, only 33 strikeouts, so she's going to let her defense go to work and hopefully produce like this, back-to-back flyouts, just like you said, Jenny.
Yep, exactly what she needs, and that's what her goal was.
And just fouled down the third base line, so it's a 3-2 count with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Off speed, out to left field, and underneath it to make the catch is Cornwell. So
her team a chance to win and shuts down 3 straight outs. It's a team that's continuing to battle here, despite the score.
Lewis puts a swing on it. Here's Camenzind in to make the catch in right field.
You bring it. Oh, I love it.
She owns it,
I don't know. I'm a fan of her. Maybe because I didn't have a good changeup, too. Maybe that's part of it. I have a little changeup envy.
2 down. You're in the
pitches. I mean, that's something every pitcher wants, is a pitch to look like it's coming straight down the middle, and all of a sudden the movement just moves one way or another. And she's been really good about that today. That one going right off the knee. To her at bat, despite it ending in a K.
Another strikeout for Ball ends the 4th. 7-0 lead for the Cornhuskers. We'll chat with Ron Ravel.
Number 1 on their list is how do I get my hometown players that are in my backyard to want to come and play for me? And I think for most of them, if not all of them, that is the question.
Kuzak sends this one into center. McVeigh fishes this one out to left field. Cornwell there for the out, as that is the 4th straight pop fly we have seen from these Nebraska hitters. 2 runs in the first inning, but Nebraska responded with 9 unanswered runs. With 2 outs, Camenzind has her 2nd walk of the day.
I don't know where that missed. I wanted that pitch.
Squire with another opportunity. She pops it up. Behind the plate is Bean there for out number 3 as the Terrapins. I think it's 0 on the board for the first time today.
Screwball, curveball pitcher with a rise ball. She's gonna do pop-ups, so she's kind of like a middle relief pitcher. You see a ground ball there. Just kind of got away from things and gave up 2 hits yesterday. In kind of a middle relief, middle relief situation. So use her if you can. There that maybe potentially could have pushed the foot off.
That one's gonna drop in. 2 base hits for Maryland in the top of the 5th inning. They got runners on the corners with 1 out. This one gets behind Bradwell, and Maryland has their first run of the game. Terrapins are on the board. A wild pitch from McGee scores a run for the Terrapins.
If you're Maryland, this should fire you up. This should be something that gets you excited. It doesn't matter how it happens. This ball gets away low in the zone. Gets away from Ava Bradwell, bounces in front of her. Because of that, Shearer able to great response after a wild pitch there.
Well, here's Sammy Woods with 2 out, 1 on. Ropes one into left. They're gonna hold up Penta at 3rd, and Woods is gonna take 2nd.
It's your best chance here.
Right back to McGee. They get the out at first, but Maryland finally on the board. They plate one in the fifth. Nebraska. Bacon's 2 for 2 on the day. Bacon 3 for 3. A single right back up the middle to lead things off here in the bottom of the fifth inning. Now, Bradwell on the ground over the third. They get the force at second. So fielder's choice for Bradwell, one down.
Instead of maybe guessing on which pitch you want to go with.
Gammon's in center field at the warning track to make the catch is McFarland. 2 down.
Maybe a little bit of conversation internally and just adjustments.
Jordy Ball packs a punch to this. And again, back-to-back pop flies at the warning track. In the air, tough catch. And Bland calling off Kuzak at short for out number 1.
That was a good hustle by Bland. Sometimes those can be dangerous when they kind of trying a 3-2 count here.
Full count battle. McGee comes out the winner. 2 down.
Yeah, and one of the
hand last year. And we were talking with Coach Revelle about it and how impressed she's been with just her recovery and coming back and how difficult it was for her. But McGee, after giving up the run last inning, sits down the Terps in order. Nebraska has a chance to... Kara Booker in the circle doing a phenomenal job in relief for Maryland as she issues the leadoff walk. But through 3 innings pitched, she's only given up 1 hit, and that's her 3rd walk. 3 hitters in the lineup, all scored back in the first. 1-2, Kuzak ends it for Nebraska. Ava Kuzak walks it off in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Nebraska gets the win in their regular season finale.
And so much power in this Nebraska lineup. You're almost waiting to see which batter was going to connect. We talked about how Kara Booker has been doing so well in the circle for Maryland, but all it takes is 1 barrel to connect on these pitches. A changeup that was a good pitch low in the zone, and Kuzak just goes down and gets it and just squares up on the ball. The barrel connects with it and sends it out of the park. 1 runner on. And you're right, ends this game a walk-off. The excitement and the smile. Walk-off in any way is exciting. In front of a great crowd. Again, putting on a show here in front of a great Husker crowd.
Well, Nebraska earns their 22nd run rule victory of the year and ends their regular season with a sweep over Maryland at home. Nebraska wins it 9-1. We'll step aside right now. We'll talk with Kuzak when we come back.